Today we're looking at connective tissue. What is it? What does it do? Where is it in your body? And why is it so important? Let's start with a quote. The embryo tells us loud and clear, first the whole, then the parts. Joanne Avison. Fascia is a paradigm shift where we go from seeing our separateness to seeing our wholeness and interconnectedness. To step into this paradigm shift of fascia, we're going to ask 5 questions. What is it? What is it not? Where is it? What does it do? And why is it so important? So what is fascia? It is your body's living matrix, a continuous web of connective tissue that weaves through and around every muscle, every bone, every organ, every nerve, every vessel in your body. So it is not a part of your body. It is your body in continuity. Fascia is richly sensory. It contains 6 to 10 times more sensory nerve endings than muscle. And these are mostly interoceptors, which govern inner awareness. So fascia is not just structural, it is perceptual and even emotional. Fascia is dynamic and adaptable. It is constantly remodeling itself based on how you're moving, how you're breathing, how you're resting, how you're hydrating, and how you're responding to stress. Every posture, every habit, every injury, every insult is recorded in the tone and texture of your connective tissue. Fascia holds patterns. This is protective, but it can become problematic because chronic tension, scar tissue, emotional bracing, even thought patterns can become embedded in your connective tissue. And that can sound a little woo-woo, especially the thought patterns, but how you're thinking will influence how you're holding your body. And this interoceptive nature of fascia makes your inside, your internal environment, appear on the outside. And think of a loved one, a friend, a family member, a coworker. You can read their energy based on how they're holding their body. And this is a perfect example of how that interoceptive nature of connective tissue shows up on the outside and communicates to the world around you. Fascia explains why yoga has been so healing. In no other movement modality do you see people experiencing emotional release so consistently. For example, crying during a hip opener, experiencing lightness and liberation during a back bend, or spontaneous adjustment during a forward bend. And it's the breathing, the multidimensional, well-tensioned movement of the yoga practice, and the emphasis on inner awareness that makes it so profound and different. Fascia is the key to sustainable strength building. It communicates, connects, and distributes force throughout the body. When you strength train with fascia in mind, you develop whole body connection and power. What fascia is not. It is not separation. We have an abundance of language for talking about the different parts of the body, the different systems, the different organs, the different types of connective tissue, but very little language for talking about the continuity, the connection, and the communication throughout the body. And that's what fascia and the myofascial meridians give us. Fascia is not the musculoskeletal system. We use the musculoskeletal system to talk about the myofascial meridians and these planes of connection, these sheaths and tracks and trains. And fascia is bigger than that, more than that. It actually wants to give us another layer and another lens to think and experience ourselves as bigger than the musculoskeletal system and the levers and pulleys and biomechanical model that tends to come with it. Here's a list of fascia from most dense to least dense. There's bone, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, the fascia that's superficial in between your muscles and your skin, lymph and blood. As you can see, fascia is big. And again, it is a way to talk about our continuity, our connection, and this matrix of communication running through the body. Where is it in your body? Everywhere, literally. It is the matrix of aliveness inside of you. And that's part of what's made it so hard to study. At the moment of death, fascia tends to collapse upon itself. And we know at the moment of death, there's a certain amount of weight that leaves the body. So fascia seems to be like prana or mana or chi, this energy of aliveness. Fascia has nociceptors, pain receptors, proprioceptors responsible for balance and coordination, mechanoreceptors responsible for movement and load distribution, chemoreceptors, it responds to the biochemistry in your body. This is how it reflects your mood and the state of your nervous system, and thermoreceptors responding to temperature. Fibers of connective tissue are 80 to 90% interoceptive, which means they're sensing your internal environment. And this is how fascia reflects the internal environment to the outside world. What does fascia do? Many things. For those of us interested in movement practice, here are 5. 1 is force transmission. Fascia facilitates communication across the tissues of the body and increases movement efficiency by decreasing strain on individual parts. Fascia also produces glide. It has multidimensional fibers and progressive stabilizing layers for fluid movement. For example, when your lower back goes out, these stabilizing layers misfire and it's like a traffic jam and stuff gets locked up. Fascia is also elastic. It supports rhythmic oscillation, like the movement of walking. It absorbs tension and manages compression. Fascia is plastic. It has the ability to take on new shapes and adapt to how you're moving, breathing, and being in the world. Fascia is kinesthetic. It has proprioception, responsible for balance, coordination, where you are in time and space. Also interoception, listening and responding to your inner environment and expressing that outward. Why is fascia important? Number 1, it gives us a vision of wholeness, a way to see and sense and relate to our bodies as a whole rather than parts. Fascia asks us to engage with our body as a living organism, which sounds obvious, but we often treat our body like a robot or a machine. It should get the thing, do the thing, and do it the same forever and ever without failing or flaw, and that's just not true of living things. Fascia asks you to build a relationship of connection with your body rather than seeing it as a bunch of separate parts or puzzle pieces that you're always putting together. Fascia focuses on force transmission and tensegrity rather than alignment and getting it right. Fascia is mind-bending. So I came up with this chart comparing the old paradigm of the musculoskeletal biomechanical model with the new paradigm of fascia, connective tissue, and biotensegrity. And we don't want to throw the musculoskeletal model out. This isn't to replace it. It's to add on, to give us another lens, another layer for self-discovery. In the old paradigm, it's like the world is flat. In the new paradigm, the world is round. In the old paradigm, we're working with the biomechanical model. In the new paradigm, we have biotensegrity. In the old paradigm, it's the musculoskeletal system. It's levers and pulleys. We're relating to the body similar to clocks or Toyotas, like a machine. In the new model, we have biotensegrity. We see the body more like a tree or a raspberry. It's folds and bags and webbing. It is a living matrix. In the old paradigm, where we're relating to the body like a machine, we talk and treat our bodies as if they were assembled. It has parts and pieces that are put together. In the new paradigm, we realize we are grown, we are whole and self-realized. In the old paradigm, with a missing or broken part, we see it as a handicap, a problem, something to solve or to fix. In the new paradigm, when there's a missing or broken part, we know that we can adapt and we can help the body to do that. In the old paradigm, there are boundaries, angles, insertions, and origins. There are stopping points and starting points. In the new paradigm, we see the body as a web, a relational matrix. In the old paradigm, movement is driven by will and action. In the new paradigm, we are driving from inner awareness through tension and resonance. In the old paradigm, the body is a physical machine. In the new paradigm, it is an intelligent instrument. In the old paradigm, because the body is seen in parts and pieces, it's easy to slip into right and wrong, good and bad. In the new paradigm, where the body is seen as a continuous living matrix, you're encouraged to explore, to experiment, and to discover. What does this mean for practice? Understanding fascia gives you a new lens for your body and your movement. It's another way to heal through inner awareness. It's excellent for exploring imbalance, asymmetry, and addressing pain. If you like this, connective tissue is embedded in how we approach practice. Here's some to get started with. Breathing with circumference, sitting bone strength, shoulders like wings.